Okay, so what I'm about to share with you here is actually a very, very powerful tool for you to build interactive e-learning modules and much more than that. So I would say that Genially could literally replace any tool that you use, like Storyline, especially, and Canvas. It's really geared towards people who build interactivity, who build e-learning, who build infographics, presentations, videos, and everything. So I would say, especially if you're not into Storyline or you don't like it much, it's really much more powerful than Storyline, and it can literally replace it. And especially if you are a Mac user and you know Storyline is not available with Mac, then I would highly recommend that you work with Genially. So Genially is free. You can use it, especially its free version has a lot of templates already. You don't have to sign up for the premium version, but I would say just keep it for the free version and work with it, especially if you're building your portfolio items and samples. So that will help you like showcase your skills. So I will just show you just an overview of what is Genially able to do, and you can start working with it. And I'll have a few other tutorials linked as well, so you could actually work with them. So if I were to start creating a Genially, you can see I have many options. I could build a presentation, I could build an infographic, like that is interactive. I could build gamification, an interactive image, so even the Rise hotspot functionality, you can find it here. So it could literally replace Articulate altogether. A video presentation, a guide, and much more, and even training materials. So let's say I want to go for training materials. Here you go. You see, I have a lot of already existing templates that I can leverage. So let's say I am interested in this one. I can take a look at it, if it loads, of course. And you can see there's already built interactivity. So you see, it's like an interactive presentation or an interactive module that really makes it super easy for somebody to build things without coding or anything. And you have a lot of already existent assets in their library that you can leverage to create these buttons, etc. Same, if I want to go for gamification, you can see I have a lot as well. You could have quizzes already built for you. You can just change the colors, and when you start editing this template, you have a lot more colors and fonts and things you can change. You can see I could click here on wrong answer, and then you have this feedback, and then try again. So you see, it's really powerful, and it's a game changer for people who want to get to instructional design. And a lot of people actually don't even know that this tool exists, because it's just like a game changer. So here is a trivia. You see, you can build very powerful things. So these are just templates. And I'll show you later when I want to start a blank one, you will see. So these are presentations. You can even start importing, but it's the premium version. You can import your PowerPoints here and build interactivity. You can see that they have quite good templates, such as the ones on Canvas. And for example, if I were to use this one, as you can see, there is even sound. You can add sound to your presentations, and then, yeah, you could keep on going. See? It's very powerful, and you can even have notes, I think. Infographics, very powerful. I'll have a tutorial for you. Usually, you really want to have infographics in your learning experiences. Usually, it's better to have them more horizontal, but they have more vertical, but they have here more horizontal type of infographics. But when you do a blank creation here, as you can see here, if I do blank creation, what will happen is I can literally pick whatever are the proportions, and I could have like a long vertical infographic, and I could build interactivity in it. But they're out-of-the-box interactive images or out-of-the-box infographics. You could have their vertical version, see, and you could start building interactivity. So if I take a look at this one, it's a very nice example. You could see that I have here, see, I can build interactivity, I can build tooltips, processes. It's really, really, really powerful. I just can't stress this enough. So highly recommend that you work and play with Genially, especially for your portfolio. Try to build one interactive experience. Try to build like an interactive infographic, build a presentation, build an interactive guide, and build a game. And you have already existent games, so you can just adjust them. So let's go ahead and take a look at a blank creation, and I'll show you something that I had built a long time ago with Genially. So let's say I want to build, let's go with the vertical or just a presentation, and I'll show you how I can. So use these templates, add. I just want to show you what is available to you in the editor. So if I go here in my editor, I could add new pages, and let's say I pick this one, and let's say here I want to have an interactive element, so I want to have a button. So let's say I'll just put here starts. Let's use start here. See, I have here start, so this is a button, and I'll change the color. Either I'll have a hex code or I'll change to, let's say, purple. And then what's powerful here that I want to show you is this interactivity feature. In everything you drop on Genially, you have this interactivity feature. So you could have a tooltip. A tooltip is a little info box about something. A window, it's a much larger than an info box, and you could have image in it. A go-to page, so I could literally make this start button go to another page. You could have a link to another web page. You could have a full screen that expands. You could have audio that plays. You could have a reveal. You could have other content reveal itself. So this is the most powerful thing you could find, see? So if I were to do, let's go with window. You see, this is my window now, and I could just write text, and I could embed, I can make it small or medium as a window, and I could embed an image. So you see here I have insert image, or I could insert a video. So I'll just save it. So you see here now that whenever somebody clicks on start, it will have a window. So let's take a look at this, how it's working. So I'll just do starts, and you see I have my window. Obviously I didn't drop an image, but if I had an image, it would have appeared here. Let's change it, and let's try to edit interactivity and make it as a, let's say, go to page. So I can pick if I wanted to go to the next page, which is this page, or I could make it to the previous page or the last page. So if obviously I only have 2 pages, so I'll just do next page, save. So let's see how that works. If I click on start, it should make me go to the next page, which has an image. See? So just to show you this is very powerful, and you could build those, storyline. This is what storyline gives you. So you don't have to use storyline. This is my advice to you, unless it's something that you feel like the recruiters or people you work with want you to work with. But really, Genially does all of it and does much more. So beyond the interactive elements, you have shapes, images, like on Canva, you have maps and things like that. You have imagery that you could just drop. You could search for images. I could drop this computer here. I could add something on it. So you see, it is pretty powerful as a tool. There is the text option. Obviously you can edit everything, so even text, you see, you can have an interactivity added to it. This is animation. I didn't show you this, so you could control how you want elements to enter or be animated. Do you want them to be animated unless somebody hovers over them or clicks on them, or you just want them to automatically enter in a way, and you can choose the effect. Is it fade in? Is it slide? You see I'm showing you how, did it roll in? Is it rotate? Is it bounce? So you could pick anything. You could pick the timing, like a PowerPoint presentation. You see here the text. You see here smart boxes. So these are smart things that you could add to, let's say, your pages. So page could be anything. It could be a slide page. If you're on a slide file, if you're on an infographic, it would be an infographic page. So you have a lot of things that are already built for you that are smart, and you could just drag and drop and adjust. So if I would go to my next page and I would just drop this, you see I have it already done, so I can write things. So it really speeds up your design and development of e-learning process. You can make a background, you could add, I think you can even adjust the colors that you want. So if you have a brand, you could have the fonts and the logos and everything added. See, it's under the brand kits, but unfortunately now it's for the premium people. And one thing I wanted to tell you is about once you're done, what happens. So once I'm done, I can, if you want to make this private, you have to be premium. So if you publish it, you will have to give it a title. It will be available, I think, to anybody with the URL. And if I do this all set, I could share, present, or download it. So you could download it as HTML, so you could embed it anywhere, as a PDF, as a video, or you could just embed it in a web page or in anything. So you could see here that there is a link that you could share so anybody could access it. There is an insert, so this is an iframe that you can embed in your codes for your websites or documentation sites. I don't know where you're working, or scripts. You can even embed Genially, by the way, in Rise, which is very powerful. You can send via email, you can share on social media and other things like that. So, and even if you're working Google Classroom and Microsoft Teams, that will help you a lot. So Genially is really génial. If you know French, you will know that génial means amazing or incredible, and it is really incredible as a tool. I highly recommend that you work with it, especially for your portfolio items. As I told you, work at least on 3 types of Geniallys. Work on a presentation that's interactive, work on a gamification, and work on an interactive infographic. So I will give you a little tutorial for infographics so that it could help you move forward. But let me share with you actually one thing that I had built, pretty basic for a tutorial that I had built. So you can see here if I start, and here is the wrong answer. So let's say this is the nice one. Then I'll go. So you see, I just built this by myself. I didn't use anything in their library, or I just was going into what was there. So you see, so you could build a lot of things and you could make it very powerful. There is a lot of people on YouTube that help you know how to build gamification with Genially. It could become very complex. It could become like a very heavy experience. I know people who build literally games on Genially. They build gamification. They make it very much like a character scenario-based experience. So highly recommend you use Genially and share with your peers here in the course your links, and share it with me so I can give you feedback as well. And make sure you use this in your portfolio. You can embed, so once you're done, you can embed it in your portfolio so people could see it and interact with it, and that will be very powerful. One other thing I wanted to show you is, the gamification one, because it's pretty powerful as a way of doing. So I just wanted to show you like a scenario-based game, not just a quiz. I don't want you to do just a quiz, like an actual game that really drives you into something interesting. Fortunately, I only have mostly quizzes, but for example, this one is a real game. So you can see this is powerful. So it's like literally an online game. Go, you pick something, you do this, see, and then you keep on going. All right, and that's it for Genially. So check out the other tutorials I'll be linking down below in the flow of the Udemy course.